Stepped up to the house party, kinda faded. J's on mask on, yeah, I'm kinda basic. You stood out, Halle Berry cut, amazing.
Kingsmen.
What's going on, folks?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Excuse me, I got a little cold. Allergies is
We bike.
bike.
Yeah, the weather's been crazy. So for you that don't know, we're here in Jersey,
Yeah.
and it's been fairly warm. I think we were done with the warm season for the most part, Dre. But it's been like 75, 78. We going into second week of November. So
On top of that, it's been a drought. We haven't gotten rain like damn near 2 months. So that's another thing to consider. So
yeah,
these
the
are the last
dust
days,
and
bro.
danger, all that
It's
stuff.
a lot going on, bro. A lot
sure.
going on.
Yeah, but thank you for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Kingsmen Radio, YouTube. Follow us on IG. It's Kingsmen
_
Music Group.
You see it?
And yo, the presidential election has concluded.
If you've been under a shell, under a rock, somewhere like away from technology, yeah, Trump is the president, man, by a landslide.
By a lot. I mean, it was destruction.
Crazy.
I was actually pretty shocked at the results because according to the way it goes, why am I hearing like a hum noise?
Oh,
Hear that?
for me. Okay, I do hear it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
thanks.
we'll be all right.
Yeah, we're right. I'm sorry, guys. We're musicians, so when we hear noises, we got to know
Gotta make sure what's going on.
But anyway,
Troubleshoot.
there is a something called a blue wall, which is pretty much all the northeastern states from Virginia, Delaware, Washington, D.C., of course, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and all those northeast states, Vermont, Maine, all that stuff like that. It's a wall. And because those areas are heavily populated, when you win those, you also win the Electoral College. And so there's a difference, guys. I'm going to give you a little history lesson between the popular vote and then the electoral vote. So each state, depending upon its population, has a certain amount of electoral votes. So if, let's say, for instance, New Jersey has 15 electoral votes, if everyone in New Jersey or the mass majority of people in New Jersey vote for Trump versus Kamala, then whoever votes the most for whichever party, then the Electoral College has to vote for that person. And traditionally, it's a blue wall. Detroit, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, all that heavily populated cities and heavily populated states, the Electoral College normally goes to Democrats. However, this year, 2024,
Crazy.
it was crazy. It was crazy.
Crazy work.
It's crazy. So the way it works to get, for those that don't know, to win the presidency, you have to have a collective of 270 electoral college votes.
Yes.
And needless to say, Trump got like 290.
He damn near went over 3.
He won.
By Wednesday, he had about 3 something.
There was no blue wall. He
It's
won
crazy.
Wisconsin, Ohio, Detroit, Pennsylvania. He won Atlanta, y'all. And Atlanta is where you got a lot of these fake pastors that were campaigning.
You want Georgia, you mean the state?
Well, you think Georgia, especially
Because
black
Atlanta is very
Yeah.
predominantly.
But yeah, they won. Well, Kamala won Atlanta, city of Atlanta, but Georgia turned red.
Yes, it did.
Arizona went red. Nevada went red.
Mm-hmm.
Quite frankly, I saw a map today. California almost went red.
Well, that would explain why he got the popular vote. Even the states that became blue, if they, tallied up all the votes, the majority of the people still went for Trump. Well,
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
And so
Crazy work.
it's something to be said about the state of the country. Now, again, unless you've been living under a rock, because he's won, you hit. That's your mic?
No, I just want to do that so you're hearing.
Oh yeah, but I hear the mic. It's definitely coming from the mic. But because he won, there are some unhappy individuals.
Whoa. And I have to play one.
Okay, he's gonna play one, but there's a lot to talk about
There's a
in
lot.
regard to this.
Hold on.
To all you Latinos that voted for Trump,
I hope he mass deports you and your entire family.
Crazy
Whether
work.
you were here legally or not, you gotta go. I hope he does that. To you black men who you're fragile.
I don't know what happened.
All right, so pretty much what you was there was young
Couldn't
lady.
take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all. The police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMe's. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They
Who's
can't
us?
afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what it is.
Wow.
But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done with. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next.
Real quick, just had to add. There's 13% of African Americans in this country.
16, I heard.
Oh, it went up to 16.
It's 16%.
Okay, so it used to be 13. So we added 3%, which is crazy because
We'd add more if we weren't 40% of the abortions in.
I was just about to say.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Crazy.
I'm talking, but you ain't
I
doing
don't
no
know if that was
action.
the right one, but that was crazy.
Hey, yo, that's crazy.
Crazy work.
It's crazy.
Listen, so it shows in a poll that even though
Black men en masse.
black women have been upset about black men voting for Trump, that wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case. They said like 75, 78% of black men voted for Kamala.
I wasn't one of them. I was part of the popular vote.
75 to 78% of black men voted for Kamala, which is actually on par, maybe a plus or minus 2 or 3 points, what voted for Biden. What happened was Latinos voted for Trump, which was expected, especially in Florida, and that was surprising because after Trump's last rally he had at Madison Square Garden, where there was some crazy, I'm not even gonna lie, there was some nasty things said by people who.
That wasn't Trump. That's the thing.
Wait. I'm not. You let me finish. They weren't people who aren't. They weren't. Was not Trump, but they were people who were. What do you call surrogates? Like they advocate for him. They represent for him. So, it was very interesting. They won that vote, and I don't know, man. It's funny that I saw a video of black women, and we love black women here. We just gonna say that.
I love women.
Yeah.
I love all women. All right? Let Zay speak for himself. I love all people, all women.
Yeah, we do.
That
That is inclusive of everyone. Yeah.
It's crazy because, not to cut you, bro, like I said to my mom, like, yo, I've come across more racist black people than anything. My mom goes, oh, black people can't get racist.
That's a racist statement.
Let me tell you, I've heard more degrading, disrespectful, racist, any other word that will
Excuse me.
that will describe negativity coming from the mouths of black women. Not all, because I've heard some very intelligent black women speak of how they're voting and why they're voting. I'm not speaking about them. I'm speaking about the ones who think they need to control what black men do and how they vote. Let me tell you something. I don't care. I don't care. And apparently the majority of the country doesn't, because it was a landslide. A complete
Red
utter
wave.
landslide. Red took over the whole country. So they said, white women in droves showed up for Trump. But on a larger scale, people were just not going for what the Democrats were pushing in the agenda that they were pushing.
And that's not to cut you,
Yeah.
but that's what I have to say. So I saw a video of women on TikTok and different platforms literally screaming, "Ah, why? Yeah," all this other extra stuff because Kamala lost. Now, that is democracy, y'all.
It is.
That's the way. There's winners, and that's just the problem that I have with
losers?
people, but with specifically the Democratic Party.
Losers.
The Democratic Party is that y'all have to deal with logic. Everybody doesn't win, right? There's winners, there's losers. There's right, there's wrong. There's male, there's female.
Period.
There's healthy, there's unhealthy. You guys want everyone to have this like they're like everyone gets a participation award, and that's not life.
It doesn't work like that.
And that's why y'all lost.
Period.
Because Kamala, and you know what's funny?
Yeah, say it.
A lot of these news stations, after they realized that she lost at like 8:30, 8:45 p.m. election night, they knew early, right? They started talking about the things that she did wrong. But funny enough, when the campaigning was going on before the
You
election,
didn't want to notice that.
they never said anything.
Nope.
It was just, it's all this other stuff. Now, no doubt, I believe that there's a bit of misogyny, bias against women. Some people in America voted because they don't think women can lead, and no doubt, you can't dismiss that fact. But by and large, the Democrats did a horrible job of explaining their platform, and she ran a failed campaign. I don't care if she had 3 months to do it. She ran a failed campaign, and so you can't dismiss that. The question is, did you do all that you could do? And the question, she didn't. They ran on reproductive rights. They ran on a whole bunch of things that.
It was either reproductive rights or Trump is.
Yeah.
I heard more Trump from Kamala's mouth than the actual policies that she was supposed to pose to the American people.
People are concerned about the economy. Number one, right?
They asked her real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go, because you about to say what I'm about to say.
What would you do differently?
Well, what she said was, I'm my own person. I'm going to bring new ideas and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. That wasn't clear enough for people who are seeing that gas, food, just the cost of living has gone up tremendously. And when they came into office, inflation was at 1.2%, maybe 1%. At the height of it
right?
It was at the height of the Biden administration, it was at over 9%. It's gone back down to like 4, 3, or so on and so forth. But you have to address those issues. It's not enough for you to say, I'm a different person, I'm going to bring ideas, I'm not going to be. You need to say, listen, there's no doubt some areas where we could have taken a deeper look and perhaps made some adjustments in our policies towards how we could fix the economy. I think we did a lot of things right, but I'm going to come with people who are going to take a look at and see if we did anything wrong. How can we fix that? Fix it immediately, because now I'm not a politician, but you see how I just answered that question?
Kingsmen.
Bombs for me. She didn't do none of that. It was always just word salad. Chefing it up, word salad, chef salad. It just was like, what are you saying? And you have to give women, Democrats, you have to give the American people credit that not everyone thought that she's just a woman or a black woman and they couldn't lead, they couldn't follow her. Some people just thought she wasn't qualified, and she didn't give them enough of a viable option to not choose Trump.
Well, some people think she was qualified just because she was a prosecutor in California.
And she did a horrible job there.
Anyway, got a text from Dre, told me to get dressed and be on my way. Yeah, pulled up to the scene with it, and I'm super clean with it.